Statement of cash flows. Yes, in this statement of cash flows, our topic is operating activities. And in this module, we will be in fact discussing very straightforward scenario in which we will see that how cash inflows and outflows pertaining to the operating activities will be worked out. So we know very well that operating activity generally covers cash flow from customers, cash paid to the suppliers, cash paid to and on behalf of employees, and for other operation related expenses, whatever we pay cash. And this also includes few other operating expenses, or in some cases like financial expenses are also presented in this statement of cash flows operating activities. And interest incomes are also like placed over here. Yes, income taxes also, which is like sometimes if it does not relate directly to investing and financing activities, then it always presented in the operating activity. Well, let's go through this straightforward illustration in which we will see that there is a cash book like cash receipt and payment account. Okay, so in this cash receipt and payment account, we have different types of cash receipts appearing in its receipt side: interest on investment, then loan from barber, then fresh capital, cash from debtors. Okay, then sales, we have received cash, then bad debts recovered. Okay, so these are the like few cash receipts that I just checked out over here. These in fact relate to the operating activities. Rest of the others, those do not relate to the operating activities. So here in this example, we are looking into the operating activities only. Well, then come over here, drawing. Drawing is distribution to the owner. We can place it in operating activities, or we can also like present it under this financing activities. Interest on loan, yes, this is something like we can place it in this operating activities. In income tax paid, okay, then salaries, what we are paying to employees, salaries and wages, electricity bill, rent, we are making payment to the creditors, which are suppliers, purchases made on cash, we are making payment. This is like straightforward payment. Okay, so all these purchases are cash purchases. Loan repaid is not operating activities item. So all these that I pointed out over here, these are the operating activities. So what we will do, we'll take cash received from customers heading over here, and we'll put all those which relate to the customers: debtors, cash sales, and yes, bad debts that we have recovered. So these are cash collected from customers, make total and put in the column. Then cash paid to suppliers, 25,000 that we made payment to creditors. Purchases, these all are cash purchases. Okay, make total of these two and place it in the outer column. Then payment that we made to employees, salaries and wages. All right, these are cash paid to and on behalf of employees. And then other payments relating to the operating expenses. So electricity and rent, placed over here. Well, as I told you that interest and dividend received, although we can like place this in the investing activities, but according to IAS 7, it is permissible that we can treat it under the operating activities. And then interest on loan, again we can treat it under financing activities, but it is permissible, it is allowed that we can present it under operating activities. And then income tax paid, this is also operating activities item. Just make total, what we get is 21,250. This is the amount of cash receipts, net cash inflows from the operating activities during the year. Well, so this is in fact a straightforward scenario in which we have cash receipts and cash payments. हमने क्या किया, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डली तमाम कैश रिसीट्स में से आइडेंटिफाई किया कि हमारी ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज़ की कौन कौन सी आइटम्स हैं, और कैश पेमेंट्स में से भी उनको आइडेंटिफाई किया कि ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज़ से रिलेटेड कौन कौन सी आइटम्स हैं, और उनको हमने स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डली उसकी हेडिंग्स. बहरहाल इसकी प्रेजेंटेशन इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, cash collected from customers, then cash paid to suppliers, then cash paid to and on behalf of employees, and then for other operating expenses. इन चारों को हम जब करते हैं तो we get cash generated from operations, and then उसके बाद interest dividend received, interest paid, dividend paid, और ड्राइंग्स के लिए हमने जो पे किया उसको हम यहाँ पर भी शो कर सकते हैं, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी में भी. अलबत्ता जो हमने इनकम टैक्स पे किया उसको मोस्टली आप ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज़ में ही कैश आउटफ्लो के तौर पर शो करते हैं.